Hello, sup everyone? Welcome back to Vacwave. Uh, I might be a wee bit tired today because I just woke up, opened my phone, and there was a new ban list. So, live ban list reaction. Let's get into it. First of all, in ban we have Cyberstein, Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow, Diabolus, and Red Lotus. Red Lotus and Expulsion. These are all amazing bands. Scarecrow massively nerfs Super Heavy Samurai in a way that's just fair on the deck. It doesn't murder the deck on the spot, but it also doesn't make the deck that playable. Well, it's also kind of weird because like the deck only had like a month in the sun, you know? It's kind of weird. Cyberstein is another one of those cards that was in Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow. No, just Super Heavy Samurai in general. Diabol is no more zone locking bullshit from Kashira. A pointer of the Red Lotus. I'm sure there's just some Konami employee who just has a fucking personal vendetta against this card. But, you know, it makes sense. Just being able to rip a card out of your opponent's hand is so fucking unfair. And then Expulsion, no more branded lock. So I'm going to be honest with you, I did read The Forbidden, and I've read nothing else. I've not read the limited, semied, or unlimited, so let's get into it. Limited Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Storms. Fair, honestly. You know, saw that one coming. It's been limited in every other format, so it makes sense. Mathmech Circular. That's actually kind of cool. It means that if you want to go for the Mathmech line, you're going to have to make the Allen version in order to search out your Circular, which makes it slightly less consistent, but in a way that's like not too bad. Safe Frame Gear Gamma. That's actually kind of weird. Gamma to 1 is weird, actually. I don't know how to feel about that. It's. They're very much trying to get it in line with the OCG, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like something that that the TCG would normally do. We also have Danglong to 1. Ooh, that's actually kind of cool. New level 5 synchro to play with. That's actually really cool. Goddamn. We also have Kashtira Arise Heart. That's. Yeah, sure. Means in the cache action node doesn't really mean anything. It just means Kashtira has a little less recurability. Pearly Delicious Memory. Not too big of a Pearly expert, not gonna lie, so I'm not really sure what that's gonna do. From memory, they're all just like one for ones, so I don't really know. And Sharia Secret Tree massively going to hit like the recurability of Nicharia because they only have one Sacred Tree now, which means they're kind of fucked. Like, semi-limited. Herald of Armslight, fair honestly, you know, this card was good in like cash was good in like Tearlament, and it was only good in like certain situations where your opponent had like Shifter or Dweller or something. Cashier Unicorn, very much pretty pretty fucking good actual a pretty good, you know, way to nerf the deck, you know. Sure, you're only removing like one piece of consistency, but it's still pretty damn good. Lightning Storm. Huh? Why are we limiting? Why the fuck are we semi-limiting Lightning Storm? Is it because is it semi in the OCG? Lightning Storm isn't even like the go-to board breaker this format. It's evenly matched. Why the fuck? Alright, fuck it. Runic Fountain. Oh my fucking god. Alright, I don't know why, but every format under the sun has done this. Like Master Duel and the G's and the OCG have done this. And it is so fucking stupid. Like, you don't play more than two fountain. It's so dumb. It's you don't need the third one. You're only just forcing them to play two. And the fact that all three main like Master Duel, like a fucking what is it? Is it Master Duel? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. All three main formats have done this. It sucks. It's stupid. I don't fucking understand. Uh, Engage is back to 2. Unless, I don't fucking know, that's kind of funny. Then we have Sprites down to 2. Alright. That's actually kind of cool. I'm happy about this for a very non-specific reason. That being that I don't have to buy free now for my Sprite deck. Then in Unlimited, oh god damn. We have Blackwing Steam the Cloak. Sure. Gen XLA Birdman is just not going to do anything. Samsara Lotus is completely fine as long as the Topologic guy isn't back. Spiral Quick Fix is perfectly fine as long as the Master Plan isn't here. Recital Starling is from a deck that's just way past its prime. Draco Face Off is honestly fair to come back at free. And Multi-Roll has come back at free. I don't know what that card does. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Hi sup, it's me, Vivek again. So now that it's actually, what, 8 hours since I recorded that last bit, I've actually been able to collect my thoughts. I've been awake for more than 30 minutes, I can actually talk about how this ban list will impact the metagame as a whole. Alright, firstly, Kashtira. The Kashtira endboard's going to, decrease in power, dramatically. It's no longer going to be, locking out, an entire, section of, your zones. It's no longer going to lock you out of, all your monster zones or your spell trap zones. It's only going to be able to lock you out of, 2 zones max, every time. And also the banishes from, the Arise Heart and also the whichever, one they summon out of, Fenrir or Unicorn. It's still going to be able to rip one out of your extra deck, but, yeah. Speaking of extra deck, one Arise Heart also means that the deck's going to have a lot tougher time in, a mirror match where they can just, rip it out of your extra deck, and then you just kind of fucking lose on the spot because they just ripped your one and only boss monster. And also just, going into, turn 3, if they manage to out, your first Arise Heart, you just have no way to, get it back. It's gone. Fucking kaput. Also, it had, the world's most minor consistency buff. Nerf, I mean, with just Unicorn from 2 to 3. No, from 3 to 2. It's gone down from, what, 10 to 9 starters? So, yeah, it's tight. Naturia Runic probably got hit the hardest on this list, actually. And I'm not talking oh, they lost trees and fountains. You only play 2 fountain anyway. It's alright. I don't get why the fuck the OCG and TCG and Master Duel are all fucking doing this. It's stupid. But more specifically, tree being hit. Only having 1 tree is such a fucking death sentence for this deck. Because 1, you lose a major thing of consistency because you can no longer use Foolish Burial Goods, send 1 tree, add Camilla, normal Camilla, send another tree in order to add the breeze, right? No, you now only have 1 tree, so that means you lose what, 3 copies of consistency from because you no longer can play the Foolish Burial Goods. Also, no more recurability. The deck just does not do shit now. And it also means if you want to activate more trees, you have to use one of your Tuashizu shufflers in order to put them back. It's just the deck's been hit in a major way. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna go down well. Also, Super Heavy Samurai now is going to... I don't think it's going to be playable in the slightest. 1, they also lost major consistency with, free Soul Piercer. Not being able to link off your free Soul Piercer for the Scarecrow anymore makes it so that you just can't immediately search off Scarecrow. You have to draw, off the Soul Piercer. You have to, normal Soul Piercer and then just, get it into the graveyard somewhere else by, summoning out an Extender and then putting it in the grave. Even then, you can't even go through your, Baron Excel line anymore. Because the Scarecrow can't bring back the Soul Piercer and then just do all that stuff. So it's probably been hit, second hardest. It's been made borderline unplayable. The engine, I mean, the deck itself is Super Heavy Samurai, to put it simply. Yamato 1 is kind of weird. It's trying to line up itself up with the OCG in a way, but at the same time, there's other hand traps that you should be hitting, Droll, Shifter, shit like that, that just needs to be addressed much before you fucking address Gamma. Mathmech losing 2 Circular isn't the end of the world, especially since you now have the rank for Spirit Fairy engine, where you can now just go Aratama, add Sakitama, summon out the Sakitama, rank 4 into Alan and then you can add Circular off that. It's just going to make grind games much worse, and it's also going to cut off any one diameter line you want to try rolling for. I didn't understand it when I first read the ban list because I just not up to date on my party stuff, but I actually did a bit of research in between now and then and found out that Delicious Memory is the one that summons out Plump, and Plump is the one that puts all the material under itself, so then you can rank up into your rank 7. So only having one copy of Delicious Memory makes it so much harder to actually like get out your massive big material, like 18 material good boy. Other than that, there's one deck who actually did come out of this zone like favorably, and that's Sky Striker, with getting a second copy of Engage and 2 more multi-roll. You know, it's don't think it's gonna really shoot it up to like the best deck status, but like it's something at least. And the real question is on everyone's mind now is what is left? Kashtira's still playable. Just because they lost like one of Rysard and the Diabolist does not mean that they're going to like drop off the face of the earth. It's still pretty good, but it's just going to be slightly worse. Branded came out of the ban list basically unscathed. They lost one expulsion, but that was only really for side decking anyway. Speaking of decks that barely came out scathed, Sprite lost one copy of Starter, and that was it. They're essentially just the same that they were before the ban list, but like one less piece of consistency. So yeah, that was my ban list live reaction slash discussion. Make sure to dislike the video and see ya.